If you want to have all of the best gear in early to mid game, you are in the right place. There are high level weapons, armors, and accessories that will make your party overpowered even at the very start of the game. Like for example, the town of Tiara is a goldmine of good early game weapons and armor. Especially if you just started a game, you are so broke that any gear you come across will help you. Access Territopolis by heading to Wishvale Trail and then accessing North Territopolis Plains. And finally, head to Territopolis Plains where you can find the entrance of the town. The soldier at the entrance can give you a silver Laden axe which will give you 43 attack and plus 12 accuracy. Perfect for Stia very early on in the game. While the sturdy helm gives you plus 35 defense right off the bat. Head to the amphitheater and the listless former actress can give you an ancient necklace that gives you plus 30 HP and 10 SP. It looks boring at first, but any gear that provides SP early on is simply a must-have. Get the Zephyrian fan while you are also here as a bonus if your protagonist selected a starting class that uses this weapon, along with the robe which is nothing special really. Things will go spicier from here as we will start getting high level gear with a simple trick. The Night Ardent located near the bridge that leads to the amphitheater can give you a high level magic eater sword and an iron armor. This sword will give your party members who can wield swords a whopping 68 raw attack and 17 evasion. This weapon also gives you a chance to reduce a target's elemental attack, which is a great bonus. While the iron armor can add 50 flat defense. Equipping both items to Viator will give you a huge boost since he is a beast of a tank early on. And yes, he is your first warrior in the game. You'll be using the Magic Eater and the Iron Armor for a long time, so make sure to snag these items. But there's a problem here. Since we just started the game, we only have 3% chance of succeeding when trying to entreat the Sword Magic Eater. What I will do here is to save the game first and make sure that I have 5 reputation attempts. Then I will start asking for the Sword Magic Eater. If I fail 5 times in a row, it's not really a big deal as I can just exit to the main menu and reload my save afterwards. Then I can just repeat the process over and over until I get the item. This trick will be used on other high level gear all throughout the early to mid game to give you a very strong access to special equipment. But if you are not a fan of saves coming, it's totally fine and you can just move on to the other items on this list. Next is heading to the town's library, which is not far from the soldiers where we got our Magic Eater, then talk to the burly scholar. This guy has the history of Orsterra, another high level tome that gives you an insane 25 physical attack and 65 elemental attack, and that is simply a lot. Alexia, who is your first scholar companion in the game, will simply be overpowered if you get this tome. The double slam mastery is also a very good skill to get, but I will be covering the best skills in a different video. Also, if you want to know the locations of all 6 party members so you can be truly overpowered early on, watch my earliest party member location guide, link in the description, or find it by clicking the card here. Near the burly scholar, talk to the bibliophile cleric and get her Laurel staff, which adds 24 physical attack and 52 elemental attack, while the silver hairpiece can give you plus 10 to SP, defense, and 18 to elemental defense. And yes, both equipment are perfect for Alexia, so make sure to get them. You can contend the Acerbic Scholar for the Ancient Grimoire, a tome that gives plus 3 physical attack, 23 elemental attack, and plus 18 speed. If the fight with the Acerbic Scholar is simply too much for you, you can go back to it later on after having 4 party members. You will also be getting the Lightning Coal's Mastery, which is a nice bonus. The town of Emberglow offers a lot of good items as well, so it is a must that we go there and snag the goodies. You can access this town by heading to Wishvale Trail and then West Emberglow Wilds, and finally to Emberglow Wilds, where the entrance of the town can be located. The terrorized Scarlet Wing in this area can sell you a good silver spear, which gives you 56 physical attack and plus 24 speed. Your spear users will be using this weapon for a long time, so get it if you have the cash. If you don't have the cash to buy the spear for now and all of the expensive items on this list, watch my XP, JP, and money farming guide to learn the fastest and earliest ways to level up or farm money. Link in the description or find it by clicking the card here. In the house near the Scarlet Knight, take note of this caretaker, since you can fight him later on to get the linen robe that provides 13 defense, 18 elemental attack, and 33 elemental defense. While you can also get a fur robe from the waiting girl beside the caretaker, which gives you 24 physical defense, 14 elemental attack, and 64 elemental defense, which is nice. Go to the church in the top section of the area and get the stimulated earrings that adds plus 10 SP to the wearer from the devout nun. Father Monari sells a silver locket that gives you plus 10 elemental attack, so make sure to go back to him later on if you have the cash. And of course, our next stop is the town of Valor. You can pretty much reach the town of Valor much more easily from Emberglow. But if you want to access Valor from Wishvale, you can do so by heading to Wishvale Trail, then West Emberglow Wilds, and then Valor Trail to find the entrance of the town. A mafia house located in the southern section of the town hosts Taviani's stepdaughter. All of the items she offers are must-haves for an early game progress, especially the stimulating cups that gives 30 SP, which is a lot, and the quality vest that gives plus 28 defense, 36 elemental defense, and 15 speed. And my good lords and ladies, the Saintly Tiara is perfect for your scholars and apothecaries, giving them yet another plus 21 Saintly SP and plus 36 defense and 48 elemental defense. Head to the town's main boulevard afterwards and head to the second pub in the area. The responsible syndicate member offers a fighter's headband that gives you 150 HP, 37 elemental, and physical defense, which is nice. Head to the streets where the indomitable dancer sells wind attire, which gives you 24 raw defense, 26 elemental defense, and a good 22 speed stats. The Shadowbind Mastery is also a good bonus here, so you do have an option to grab it. We are heading to the mid-game territory at this point, so expect a lot of more insane items to get. Heading to Rippletide is the best direction here, and find the town by accessing Teartopolis Plains, coastal regions, and head to Rippletide Coast, and then unlock the town of Rippletide. The Exhausted Broker near the entrance of the town sells the Silver Vest that gives you 60 physical defense and 68 elemental defense, while the Silver Armor adds 86 flat defense on the other hand. Make sure to grab the Battle Hatchet, which can give axe users 59 physical attacks and 14 speed. In case you haven't noticed, I am very particular about speed equipment, since these are valuable when optimizing farming runs later on, so you can manipulate the turn order of your party members so you can pull off sick combinations. Tony of Rippletide can offer an early heavy bow, which can give you a whopping 60 physical attack, 66 elemental attack, and 44 accuracy. Inside Tressa's home, you can buy the Dragon Scarf for 25k, which is really expensive but worth it in my opinion, since this item restores 6 SP after the user performs an action. There are characters in this game that have innate SP regen passives, so the additional 6 SP that the Beastly Scarf provides accumulates over time and works well with the said passives, like for example Alexia's SP regen passive. While you can buy the Beastly Scarf from Tressa's dad, I don't really see its value for now. The Rainbow Shield Charm is an absolute accessory to have, giving the user 35 speed. Very useful for manipulating turn orders to pull off insane attack strategies as mentioned. Get this accessory by talking to the Stubborn Fisherman to start the Stubborn Master side quest. Complete all of the straightforward interactions and the Rainbow Shield Charm will be yours as a quest reward. We will head further west this time to find a specific side dungeon named Grey Grotto. From the town of Valor, head to West Valor Trail and then Cragspear Pass, so you can access the entrance of Grey Grotto. You can get your second Iron Armor and the Saintly Tiara in this dungeon, so you can power up your other characters. Defeating the boss in this dungeon will reward you with a treasure chest that gives you the Noxious Spider Axe, an axe that adds 78 attack, 68 elemental attack, and gives the user a chance to inflict poison on targets. The town of Cragspear is our next destination, and not to mention there are a lot of great items to get in here. Head back to Cragspear Pass and find the entrance to the town to access the area. The Capital Guard near the entrance of Cragspear can be contended to get a Cleaver, which gives you 70 physical attack and 14 crit. Not only that, but you can also get the Silver Helm with 55 physical defense and the Silver Shield that adds 150 HP, 42 physical defense, and 34 elemental defense. Pretty much every weapon being sold in the Cragspear Smithy can provide value, so I let you decide which items your party needs. Or if you want to build Pius as early as possible, buying gear from the shop is the way to go. But I suggest getting at least one elemental shield that gives the user 36 physical defense, 74 elemental defense, but lessen evasion by 20. This shield can be used on characters that really don't need evasion and instead be tanky against elemental attacks. You can also grab more silver lockets or battle charms for additional stats. If you want more speed accessory, you can save scum and get the Sprightly Cuff that the priest offers in the Church of Cragspear. This accessory gives you 20 more raw speed stats just in case you need the boost. Another speed boosting equipment that you can get in this area is the Bandit Spear that you can buy from the Victor Hollow Merchant. This weapon gives you 81 attack and a nice 31 speed, so you can get ahead of the game. Heading to the next location, which is the Flamegrace Wilds. You can access this spot by heading to Emberglow Wilds, West Emberglow Wilds, and then accessing the Flamegrace Wilds. This spot will lead us to our next town, but be sure to grab the Tattered Sacred Shield from a treasure chest in this area. This shield will give you 20 SP and an additional 35 for physical and elemental defense. Find the entrance of the town of Flamegrace and things will start to go insane from here, as there's a lot of overpowered gear in this area. Let's start with the absolute bangers, and the Religious Scholar, located in the Cathedral of Flamegrace, has the Elemental Grimoire for you to get. This crazy tome offers 72 physical attack and a whopping 128 elemental attack, while also giving the user the chance to raise elemental attack, which is insane. Your scholars will go berserk with the elemental augmentor accessory. This beats adds a whopping 100 elemental attack, which is totally nuts. Get this accessory from the Zealot NPC inside the Cathedral of Flamegrace. Save your game and start grinding this accessory. If Elemental Grimoire isn't enough, ready for the Giga Chad's Aelfric scriptures that can be acquired from the Elderly Cleric. A tome that gives the user 80 physical attack, a mind-blowing 195 elemental attack, and gives you the chance to reduce the target's elemental defense. For the love of the gods, grind this one out and you will never regret it. Just outside the cathedral, the Striving Squire offers a Protect Bracelet that adds 50 to physical and elemental defense. So make sure to grab this as well and your party members will be happy. Near the Striving Squire, the Fastidious Seamstress offers a free Bishop Hat. This headgear adds 54 physical defense, 56 elemental attack, which is huge, and 96 to elemental defense. If you need more of this on the other hand, you can just buy from Flamegrace Smithy. More stimulating cost for you, as the Lonely Old Lady offers another one for just 4,500 leaves. Make sure to grab it for your healers and scholars. Head to Flamegrace's pub area and make sure to get the Raging Bow that adds 121 physical attack and 23 crit from the Ambitious Hunter. He can also give you the Unerring Neckclace that adds 80 points of accuracy. Outside the pub, talk to the Watchful Grandma and get the Hand-sewn Glove. This gear raises the user's elemental defense for 3 turns when the battle starts. But the most insane item on this list is no other than the Forbidden Tome. This monster tome gives the user 130 physical attack and a mind-blowing 390 elemental attack. Let me repeat that for a second, that's 390 pure elemental attack, while also giving you the chance to raise the user's elemental attack. Get this tome by save-scumming the Muttering Cudger and you will never regret it. If you truly want to be overpowered, keep in mind that you can easily access the town of Flamegrace at the very start of the game and farm the most advanced gear that we just talked about. But what if you want to know the best beginner tips to be a pro player in no time? This video will teach you everything you need to know, so click on it and I will catch you on the next one.